All right, welcome to Training Your Thinking. I am Rick Hawkins. 21 days of mental discipline. We are on day 10 today. Wake up thinking right. Just a few quick reminders. Please encourage your friends. Share this podcast. Get them to go to questchurch.com/podcast. There's audio and video there for their enjoyment and yours as well. I couldn't be more thrilled about my guest today. This is my friend and my buddy. This is Pastor Torrey Montgomery. He pastors Connection Church right here in Moore, Oklahoma. Pastor Torrey, thanks for joining me today.
I'm so excited to be here. It's an honor to be a part of this.
Thank you, man. Okay, we'll read the devotion and we'll get right into some commentary. We live in a generation that is literally addicted to social media. We sleep with our phones plugged in and sitting on a nightstand next to us. The first thing most of us do when we wake up is look at social media, the text, and the other news feed. So true, right?
Yep.
We cannot wait to see the number of likes we received on a post or a picture. Then we begin to read and watch what others have posted. The problem with this behavioral pattern is that we are subjecting ourselves to other thoughts and opinions. These opinions are usually troublesome and trivial. Sadly, many times this is how we start our day. So true. The principle of first is a biblical principle that simply states the first sets the pattern for the rest. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus said, "Seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." There's also what is referred to as the law of first mention that suggests that what God says the first time, the law of first mention, is what God says the first time about any subject in Scripture is the basis for all other reasoning concerning that subject. In other words, the first is the blueprint or the design. While I was raising and training horses on my ranch, I learned the benefit of getting my hands on newborn colts. In horse training, this is called first impression. By lightly touching and holding and putting my hands all over the young colts, it caused them to accept my hands later in their life as full-grown horses. They never forgot the first impression. That is the truth with people. First impressions always stay in someone's mind. They have a lasting effect. This often creates an opinion or mental image of someone or something that is hard to change. There's a reason that God says things first and does things first. He knows the power of first impressions. What is the first thing you think about when you wake up? What is the first thing you do? In Scripture, David writes, "Early will I seek thee, O God." I believe he understood the principle of the first and applied it to his daily life. Your first thought of the day more than likely will be your predominant thought throughout your day. Develop a daily practice, first thing every morning, to set your mind on your purpose and be conscious of what unfolds next. Pastor Torrey, interesting subject, wake up thinking right. That little part in that chapter that talks about social media, I'll go ahead and be a little vulnerable with you. You know, I've caught myself so many times, first thing, roll over, pick up my phone, see what time it is, of course, and then go straight to Facebook or Instagram. Now, I've gotten over that pattern finally, but it is amazing how powerful that is.
Yeah, it is.
Talk to us about this chapter and give us some insights.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the law of first that it talks about in the chapter is so important because what you do first creates patterns. So you're talking the first thing, the second thing, the third thing. So it creates these patterns.
Yeah.
And patterns become practices.
Wow.
And those practices, or what you practice, becomes what you produce.
Right.
So what you practice becomes what you produce.
Yeah.
So you have patterns, you have practices, and you have produce.
Okay.
And so it's so important to start out with the right pattern.
Yeah.
So that you'll have the right practices. So
Right.
you'll produce the results that you desire.
Wow. That's strong. And you know, thoughts produce feeling or emotion.
Yeah.
And I know that you're well versed in subconscious because of your martial arts and things that you've practiced in your life. And talk to us about the power of the subconscious mind.
Yeah, so in the mind there are two parts of the mind. There's the conscious mind, which is what you're aware of. You're aware that you're brushing your teeth. You're aware that you're driving. consciously aware of that.
Right.
But then there's the subconscious mind, which is what you're not aware of, but it's there.
Right.
It's almost dormant at times. So what you put into your mind goes subconscious first.
Wow.
And then oftentimes what happens is that subconscious will reveal itself in times, sometimes not opportune times. You'll start feeling certain things and say, why am I feeling this way?
Yeah.
Why am I angry? Why did I
Right.
just say that? Because something subconsciously got in.
Wow.
And it's what we meditate on, what we've meditated on in the morning, because I've scrolled through Facebook and I saw a status that made me angry,
Yeah.
or my issue used to be the news, so I would jump on the news and just get all that negativity, and they
Right.
repeat it over and over again, all that negativity.
Yeah.
And then I would wonder, why am I feeling so depressed today?
Yeah.
And because subconsciously it got in.
Right.
And so, putting what happens when you start your day, you actually program the subconscious mind.
Okay.
When you start your day with the right thoughts and the
Right.
right information, you program your subconscious mind. Your subconscious is actually neutral.
Okay.
So it doesn't know what to think. It doesn't know what to do.
Okay.
So and it doesn't know how to decipher good or bad.
Yeah.
Because it's just subconscious. It just sits there.
Yeah,
And so
right.
you have to put the right information in to program that subconscious properly.
Man, that is powerful. Pattern becomes a practice. The practice is what you will ultimately produce.
Yes.
Be careful with your subconscious mind. I guess that's that file, right?
Yes.
So a thought comes in, we either act on it or we file it away.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if it sits in there long enough, it will become a product. So be careful with your subconscious thoughts as well, which means your eye gates, your ear gates.
Yes.
Be careful with your gates. Be careful with your thought patterns. Anything else, Pastor Torrey?
Yeah, just continue to say, protect your mind, guard your thoughts, guard your mind, guard your heart.
That's scripture.
Yes, it's Bible. So make sure you'll produce what you want
That's
to
right.
produce.
Out of it flow the issues of
Yes,
life.
absolutely.
So we bless you today and we thank you for joining us. Incredible insight today from Pastor Torrey. Apply it to your life and your life will become better. We'll see you tomorrow.